let's read some Am I the Jerk stories. Thanks for tuning in to Kazu Reads Reddit. Am I the jerk for staying silent when my friend got herself fired from the job she helped me get? Okay, let's start with this one. My friend, let's call her Jean, did me a huge favor a few months ago and helped me get a part-time job at her workplace. I was really grateful, worked hard, and made sure I did my job well. The problem started after I got hired. Jean started becoming incredibly irresponsible and complacent. She kept slacking off, assuming she could get away with anything because she'd been there longer. I warned her multiple times not to get too comfortable, but she didn't care. Eventually, I told her straight up, as long as her behavior didn't affect my job or my paycheck, I wasn't going to say anything to management. But I wasn't going to cover for her either. I just stayed silent and minded my own business. Well, karma caught up. Our boss did a surprise inspection the other day and caught her completely slacking off and neglecting her duties. She was fired on the spot. Now Jean is absolutely furious with me. She's blaming me for her getting fired, saying I should have given her a heads up or defended her to the boss, especially since she was the one who got me the job in the first place. But here's the thing. It was a surprise inspection. I had absolutely no idea the boss was coming either, so how could I have possibly given her a heads up? I feel bad that she lost her job, but I feel like she brought this on herself. Am I the jerk for not doing more to protect her? TLDR, my friend got me a part-time job, then became lazy. I warned her to stop but stayed out of it. The boss did a surprise inspection that neither of us saw coming, caught her, and fired her. Now, she blames me for not warning her. Okay, so let's go ahead and read some of the comments. So here's her first one. She's just looking for someone to blame instead of herself. Not the jerk. Okay, fair enough. And I kind of agree with this first comment because honestly, Jean was irresponsible and that's out of your control, right? It's not your fault. Let's look at other comments here on this story. So from Key Possibility 8669, not the jerk. If your friend can't realize that she got herself fired, then maybe you should take a step back from this friendship for a while. Okay, good advice as well. Maybe Jean is not really a good friend for you. Maybe at the beginning, yes, she did you a favor, but it might actually be detrimental to your development and growth in that company for a long while if she's behaving like this towards you. Okay. Next one from That Total 2020. Not the jerk. She got herself fired. The boss saw enough to fire her on the spot. What could you possibly say or do to change it? Nothing. And as mentioned, that's correct. You're just another employee in the company and the boss made his or her decision, right? It's out of your control. So even if you knew what's going to happen, yes, I believe you would have warned her, even though you mentioned that it's out of your business, right? But it was a surprise inspection. No one could have found out that the boss will be dropping by and catch her slacking off. And if it's her regular behavior, then the company is better off without her as well. And hopefully, the original poster will continue to work hard and not be like Dean as well. Okay, so if you agree, let us know in the comments below what you think. And if you disagree, then tell us why. Okay, let's go to the next story. From Affectionate Pop 3611, am I the jerk for treating my friend exactly the way they've treated me? Okay, so there's a bit of revenge that's hinted on the title. Let's see what the story is. I finally got tired of being the only one carrying this friendship. For what feels like forever, every invitation I made was met with the same recycled excuses. I'm busy. Maybe next time. I'm exhausted. I believe them because that's what friends do. I gave them grace. I gave them space. I kept trying. Then I watched them magically find unlimited time for everyone else. Every weekend, there were pictures with other friends, dinners, parties, road trips, game nights. Somehow, they had endless energy for literally anyone but me. At some point, it clicked. They weren't too busy. They just didn't think I was worth making time for. So, I stopped chasing them. I stopped sending the first text. I stopped making plans. I stopped carrying a friendship that only existed because I refused to let it die. Predictably, the friendship went completely silent. Now, they're acting like I'm the one who changed, as if I'm somehow responsible for the distance because I quit doing 100% of the work. Apparently, they expected me to keep auditioning for a role in their life while they contributed absolutely nothing. I'm sorry, but that's not friendship. That's having someone around as a backup option whenever it's convenient. I'm done begging people to care. If a friendship dies the second I stop putting in all the effort, then maybe it was never a real friendship to begin with. So, am I the jerk for giving them the exact same amount of effort they gave me, or are they just mad they lost someone who was willing to do all the work while they did absolutely nothing? Okay, so strong emotions and my initial thoughts, you're definitely not the jerk because you're actually showing that you're a very good friend, and they have revealed themselves that they are bad friends for not putting in the work in the relationship or friendship. Let's see what other Reddit users have to say. From Beautiful Arm 8364, you are the one who changed. You woke up, not the jerk. Oh, that's actually very good. I agree. You're the one who changed, and now that I think about it, you'll eventually find your own people who are just like you. Okay? So let's see other comments here. From Hungry Ratio 6326, 100% not at all a jerk. I've had this very same scenario happen a few times and recently too. Okay, so this guy can relate. We just end up learning not to chase people's friendship anymore. I learned this the painful and hard way too. They are the jerks, not us. We don't need people like that in our lives. Right, this is what I'm saying. You'll eventually find people like this guy who is sending this comment to the story because there are people who put a lot of time, mind, and effort into their friendships and it's not being reciprocated. So, as I mentioned before, you'll eventually find your own people, and don't believe that you're the villain in this story because you're the one who gave everything for them. And you were smart enough to realize that they're not worth it. Okay? So, let's go to our next comment. Velvet Elysian says, not the jerk. I'd honestly just block this person, OP. This friendship has always been one-sided and they hurt you. They can't just crawl back now and act like it's your fault. Right, correct. Surround yourself with people who are willing to make time for you because there are definitely people out there that will. I wish you the best. Okay, so we're ending on a high note for our story and I love the comments. So if you can relate, drop down your comments and you can also let us know what you think about the decision or the choice that the OP has made. Okay, next story. From Traditional Dare 514, my girlfriend and I have been having issues relating to responsibilities and needs. Am I the jerk? Okay, so let's see what this story is about. And if you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Recently, me and my girlfriend had a big argument because I felt like my needs were not being met when I was constantly trying to meet hers. I have felt this way for some time. So when she asked me if I could write 2 essays for her, I put my foot down and said no. That's when I told her how I felt and it devolved into a really bad argument. Essentially, what I was trying to say is that I feel like the things that have made me feel loved in this relationship, physical touch, compliments, spending time in person, have stopped, and that I have tried really hard to meet her needs and do things that make her feel loved without her giving the same effort, which has left me exhausted and unwilling to do certain things for her. She explained that she rarely gives compliments to people and that it's a rare occasion when she does. She also said that she was uncomfortable with physical touch, though I've seen her do it with other people, and that she can't give me the same effort that I give because she's busier than me. Wait, let me just say that all of these things sound like borderline cliche excuses, okay? Additionally, she said that she was too busy to spend a lot of time with me in person. TLDR, too long didn't read, I feel like my needs aren't being met even though I'm constantly trying to meet hers. Am I the jerk? Okay, so let's see what other people are saying on Reddit about this story. From Cheeky Chops Charlie, not the jerk. Sounds like she put the effort in with touch and compliments in the early stage, and then once it was set, she hasn't bothered, so I just filled in the missing word. Physical touch and compliments are two of the absolute easiest things to give. It costs no time or energy and no money. Okay, let me add that. So yeah, absolutely correct. Sounds like this girl is just using you. Let's go to the next comment. Certain Wolverine 389 says this. Sounds like she's with you for your brains, OP. She wanted you to write essays for her but doesn't want to actually act like your girlfriend. Agreed. I'm also a girl that doesn't give compliments often, but I shower my husband with them. I chose him and he's amazing. Why wouldn't I tell him that? That's actually a given, because if you're a couple, like if you're married or you're not married, you're just girlfriend and boyfriends, then there should be reciprocity in the way you make each other feel good about yourselves. So if it's just one way, this is similar to the previous story where the previous user was experiencing one-way friendship. This one experiences one-way intimacy in a relationship. And here's the last comment. If there is no intimacy between you, that's what I'm saying. You are roommates, not a couple. Right. So, good thing that the OP realized this. He's not some other folks who are lying to themselves. And good that you posted it here on Reddit so you can get advice and, vent out your frustration as well. Okay, so if you can relate, maybe you're a girl or a boy who's experiencing one-way intimacy, you're always the giver and you never get anything back, then you might want to drop a comment below, share out your frustration, and let people know what you are also trying to do on your part to make things better, okay? So let's move on to the next story. From No Frosting 1191, am I a bad friend for hiding? Depends on what you're hiding. Now, let's see what this guy means. I was just at the funeral viewing for my 18M or male friend and I just could not see him. For context, he died in a car crash June 26. I found out last night, July 4th, and thought that there was no autopsy. And today, I got a glimpse of him when I was in the hallway and his hair was burned and I just couldn't bring myself to see him like that, so I hid. I ran away and hid. And after what felt like forever, I brought myself to see him and say goodbye, but I was too late. It was time for me to go home. And now I sit typing this feeling like poo. And I just wish I said goodbye one last time. And I know that I'm a poor excuse for a friend for being too weak to see him, so I ask how much of a butt-faced Mimi was I. TLDR, I hid and did not say goodbye at the funeral viewing. Okay, so let's see what other Reddit users are saying. Here's their first one. I don't think people realize how traumatic losing a friend so young is. It might be better that you didn't see him that way because those images don't go away easily. I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. You unfortunately have a long road ahead of you. Just know there's no right way to grieve. Absolutely. People grieve in their own way, so I really don't blame the OP for making these choices. And whatever your friend's memory was, I'm glad you still have those instead of your friend's image in the funeral viewing. Let's see what our next user says. Funerals are for the living. Find a relative to give your condolences to. Tell them how wonderful he was and how much he will be missed. That is what his loved ones want to hear and may give you a start to some closure. I am so sorry for your loss. Please don't feel bad for being overwhelmed by your grief. Heart emoji. I love that statement of saying funerals are for the living, and that's absolutely correct. Connect with the family of your friend and share with them your sympathies and condolences. You deserve to remember him the way he was in life. It's the love we share with people that matters. The relationships we build, your friendship can't be diminished by where you are standing when your heart says goodbye. I'm so sorry for your loss, and if I may say this, you're actually a good friend for trying to remember him the best way you can, right? There's no right way to grieve. And if you're listening right now and you've lost someone dear to you, you can share in the comments how you would handle this situation or how you've handled your own situation. Maybe some of our other viewers are interested to know because they're going through the same thing. Okay, let's go through our next story. Am I the jerk for telling the previous owner of my house she can't come pick fruit from my tree anymore? I bought my house last summer and there's a big plum tree in the backyard. A few weeks after moving in, the previous owner messaged me saying her late mother planted it and asked if she could collect some plums when they were ready. I said sure because I understood the sentimental part. When she came over, she brought her husband, 2 buckets, and a ladder. They picked nearly every ripe plum, including branches hanging over my patio, and left a bunch of broken twigs and fruit on the ground. I barely got any myself. Apparently, her family has used those plums to make jam every year for almost 20 years. She contacted me again asking what weekend she can come this year. I told her I planned on keeping the fruit this time since the tree is on my property and I actually want to make something with it. She got pretty upset and said I knew the tree had meaning to her family. She even offered me a few jars of jam, but that isn't really the point. I spent a lot of money fixing up this yard and I don't want people treating part of it like it still belongs to them. My sister thinks I should let her take 1 bucket because it's a family tradition and costs me nothing. I feel bad about the connection to her mom, but I also don't think buying a house means the old owners get yearly access to whatever they miss. Am I the jerk? Okay, so let's see what our users are saying. Not the jerk. My goodness, if she had just picked off a few from the tree, it would have been better. She picked them all. Your tree, your fruit. Here's from another user, not the jerk. While I understand their attachment to the tree, they sold the property and the tree is no longer theirs. It was kind of you to allow them to pick the plums one last time after the house sold. They need to move on now. And I am in agreement with all these sentiments. It's already your property. The house was sold to you. It was generous of you to allow them to pick from the tree one last time, but you have to communicate and be transparent with them how you feel about this. Let them know that you don't feel comfortable in having other people in your own property. And the best advice that I can give you if you're listening to this OP is tell them that they can plant a new plum tree on their backyard using the seeds from the fruit they've picked up. right? So if they really want to continue the tradition, then there is definitely a way that will not inconvenience you and not bother you in your own property, okay? So those are the stories for Am I the Jerk today. And if you love them, you know what to do. And see you on the next episode.